Have you ever been in a room that just didn't feel quite right, be it the lighting, the layout, or an unconscious anxiety? These feelings are the basis for a term neuroarchitecture. Neuroarchitecture is the study of how people interact and unconsciously perceive their built environments using neuroscience and architectural design. Architecture, at its base level, does not account for these feelings, while neuroarchitecture recognizes it as important and large role in maintaining mental well-being. Before neuroarchitecture was an official academic term, a researcher named Jonas Salk employed the ideology in his work. In 1954, he took a vacation looking for inspiration and found that in the architectural designs of Italy. He was finally able to complete the polio vaccine, and upon his return, he hired architect Louis Kahn to recreate a space that encouraged creativity like the architectural designs in Italy. They created the Salk Institute, and it became a research center that still sets the precedent for neuroarchitecturally designed spaces. Fred Gage was a neuroscientist who, in 1988, discovered that the human brain continued producing neurons into adulthood. Fascinated with how environment helps shape and structure the functioning of our brain, in 2002, he founded the Academy of Neuroscientists for Architecture alongside architect John Edenharb to, and I quote, investigate what the design of a space in the 21st century needs to be like in order to improve our well-being, increase performance, and reduce stress and fatigue in the cities. Environment affects the unconscious mind through mood, creativity, and perceived safety. Fiona Beacons, a French neuroarchitect who gave the TED Talk How Neuroarchitecture Will Change Your Well-Being, said at timestamp 9:54 that there are 3 pillars of neuroarchitecture: organize space differently, use color consciously, and leave the ego behind. The National Institute of Mental Health estimates that more than 1 in 5 adults live with a mental health illness. Mental health disorders such as anxiety, depression, and burnout can directly be related to environmental factors. This became especially apparent during COVID-19 lockdowns and mandated work from home. Fiona Beacon's own burnout is the reason that she switched from regular architecture to neuroarchitecture. Designing with neuroarchitecture in mind will help improve mental well-being for our society through lowered stress levels and increased cognitive functions. Researchers have learned through brain imaging and physiological monitoring that natural light directly impacts circadian rhythm, room layout influences social interactions, and how color and texture can affect both mood and performance. Using these techniques, architects can help enhance life with environments that support our unconscious mind as well. They can be employed in a variety of spaces throughout life, employing different techniques to get different outcomes, such as hospitals designed to promote calm healing, schools designed to promote creativity, and workspaces designed to promote productivity. The NHAPS estimates that we are inside a building or a car between 80 to 90% of our lives. That is a long time to spend in environments that aren't helping us be our best selves. In her Arch Daily article, Neuroarchitecture, How Your Brain Responds to Different Spaces, Murillo Matesso gave the example, when it comes to furniture, for example, in a kindergarten, curves would be more interesting than corners, which resemble danger and fear, which can make some children scared and reactive. Temperature, scent, the inclusion of plants, lighting, and even the acoustics of a space all affect your subconscious mind. To summarize, it's important for people to be aware of neuroarchitecture so they become more design conscious with the places they put themselves in. Beacon shares a beautiful metaphor at timestamp 11:30. If a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment, not the flower. So, I encourage you to pay a little extra attention to how you feel, consciously and subconsciously, throughout the week. See if you notice any shifts between locations that you haven't before. Find where you bloom.